Right then. Little unusual situation here. Sitting out on the screen porch, enjoying the night. It's nice to be able to do this and not have to deal with bugs. Starting to cosify my porch. Yeah. Of course, got my little side table lamp going. I also have my light over in the corner. Eventually, underneath that light, I'll have my stone waterfall. I gotta buy another one. Yep. I had two of them. One of them was on my deck at the trailer with that light over the top. Looked really cool. The other one I gave to Scrunch for her deck at the park. And then we broke up. And in a fit of rage, just to spite me, she sold it on Marketplace. Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice one. I spent some time on that, putting on some plastic plants and frogs and little mushrooms and things like that, decorating it. It looks really cool. Yeah, it's gone. FML. But anyway, little hot-headed German. But I'll show him. I'll sell his waterfall while he's looking out his window watching me sell it. I'll never forget that. Who does that shit? Anyway, I won't delve into it too much. But yeah, working on getting this cozy. Former owner put a string of lights, those little bubble lights, Christmas light things, all the way around this. Not a fan. They're too bright. Yeah. I'm going to try installing a dimmer switch on them. See if I can dim them way down. And maybe I'll like them then, but I doubt it. Yeah. I'll use them somewhere else, but not out here. I pretty much have, for lighting out here, I pretty much have what I want. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I thought instead of sitting downstairs watching YouTube, which for some reason is not coming in very well tonight, keeps locking up on me. I'd do this instead. Now, I started to film the gutter installation process, but that quickly turned into an epic shit show, resulting in a little fit of rage where I was throwing shit around and cursing and smashing stuff. Yeah, it didn't go as easy as it should have. Should have been a 15-minute thing. Yeah. yeah, no. So, I got the pieces of gutter up, but there's a problem. The one in the house, um, the house is not straight. I found out the roof line is not level. It cat's wrecking something. Hold on. What are you doing? She's tearing around. It's time for her evening rip and tear. Anyway, yeah, the house slopes the opposite way I wanted the gutters to drain. As a result, in order to get the section of gutter to drain, I had to not install it correctly, which doesn't make me happy. Yeah. Therefore, that's not good. The garage was built recently, and that is level, so I was able to slope the gutter on that door correctly and get it to drain how I want. But the house, that's a different story. So it is what it is, but I didn't film it, or I should say I started to, but it all went bad, so I deleted it. Came in the house, I was hungry, ate some leftover spaghetti, and promptly fell asleep in my chair. Slept till about 8:30 here, and woke up, and I was like, what? So I went down to the dock and did some lip ripping. Now, it's real windy. I don't know if you can hear that on the phone, on the microphone. But I didn't film because it was windy. But I did catch a nice handful of big fish. Yep, big bluegill, big sunfish, and some crappies. None of those jumbo perch though. Yep. But I had a good time. Got my string stretched pretty much right at my feet. That's awesome. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to sink some brush piles right off the dock. And hopefully that will attract fish all year long. I'll just have to put up a sign on the dock, just in case this happens, that nobody can take a running dive off the dock or jump off the end of the dock, because they will land right on top of the brush pile. I'm putting the brush pile right off the dock. That would not, they would get hurt. That's not good. It's pretty cool to go sit on your dock in the evening for an hour or so and catch enough fish for a fish fry. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm loving that. I'm gonna put another mini dock down on the other side of the frontage. Just for a place for you to walk out off the shoreline about 8 feet or so, get away from the weeds and the shore, and fish off of that end as well. Yeah. It's going to require modifying the shoreline, doing some trimming and stuff like that. Speaking of which, Scrunch and I did that this weekend, and I'm not so sure if the resident lake rat ratted me out or not, but this afternoon when I was working on those gutters, I had an airplane fly low and slow over the lake. Couple of times, made like 3 circles. Literally flew over my house. Now, the DNR will do that. Although you would think in this day and age, they would use drones if they want to take a picture of somebody, sneak up on their property or whatever. They would fly over the top with a drone and take pictures. They'd park out on a side road somewhere, launch a drone, and fly it over your house, or hover it right out in front of your shore to see what they need to see based on some rat ratting you out, if that's what happened. So yeah, I don't know. Purely AST, assumption, speculation, and theory, but I thought it was an interesting situation that a plane, an airplane, which I don't see around here, there's not an airport nearby, would fly low around my lake, and especially right over my house. Thought that was a little odd. So we'll see if I get something in the mail. It has come to our attention from the rat that lives on your lake that you have modified your shoreline. Yep. And that is not allowed. We'll see. I had grand intentions of getting other projects done tonight as well, but obviously that didn't happen. I have a lot of energy now that I took my nap, so I might dive into one. I need to get a power supply into the root cellar, which is below me right now. So I can plug in things Namely, I think I'll put all my chargers for my battery packs and stuff down in that room. That room does not, it's not heated. There's no heat registers in there, but during the wintertime, it's warm. Yeah. So it would be a safe place to put a shelf and install all of my battery chargers for my cordless tools, my ice auger, lawnmower, things like that, and have them down there. But there's no power in there right now. There used to be at some point, but all the wires that are in that area are dead, no voltage. So right at the base of the stairs, there's a couple of light switches, and I'm gonna tap into that box and run a whip into the root cellar, and then I'll have lights and outlets in there. I also have to put some lights in the well house, in the room where the well pump is, because that's a dark spider hole as well. So I want to gussy that up. Yeah. Mind you, both of these areas have been liberally doused in insecticide, so they're not essentially spider holes anymore. So that issue's been dealt with, but they need to be lit up really bright. So that's one of the projects, and that's something I can start on now, tonight, and make a little progress on. While I was sitting out on the dock fishing, all of my dock lights came on. Looks so cool. But I noticed that some other people on the lake have done the exact same thing. Put solar lights on their docks. And that looks pretty cool. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but, and I'm not saying they're copying me, but everybody down this way has solar lights on their docks, and it looks really neat. I like it. I got a thing for lighting. I love lights, so yeah. Slowly but surely, this place is turning out exactly how I envisioned it would. Rome wasn't built in a day, but we'll get there. And I'm not gonna lie, this is the ultimate. This is the ultimate right here. Yeah. Sitting on a screen porch on a nice summer evening. I got a nice breeze blowing through here. It's actually a little chilly enough I could wear a light sweatshirt, but no bugs. Yeah. This porch has been sprayed as well. Yeah, there's dead spiders all over on the floor. It's working great. Loving it. Yeah. Way cool. So I don't know if Scrunch was mad at me or what. She's a hard read sometimes. Yeah. Mad because I wasn't talking to her tonight. All she said was good night. Didn't put any hearty, lovey emojis or anything on it. Good night. That was it. Yeah. She's hard to figure out. But I was sound asleep. Yeah. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I'm wishing she was here. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, she wishes she was up here too. Sitting on the dock with a frosty beer, doing some fishing. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe down the road here, it'll be another cohabitation situation, but I'm not going to rush into it. Once bitten, twice shy kind of thing, you know? I'm not going to live with somebody that's bossy, dominant, controlling, trying to tell me what to do in my house. Things like that. I know that sounds shitty, chauvinistic and all this other crap, but I know what I want and I know what I like. But I got to give her a compliment because she's been aware of the situation, and she has, I believe anyway, made a conscientious effort to try to be better about that and not come across as controlling or dominant or bossy or nagging. So when she has an idea or something like that, she'll approach me with it. And she says, this is just an idea that I had. You know, I know it's your place and, you know, do what you want, but what about this? Or I think this. And I'll tell you what, a lot of times she has good ideas. And I like them. And I embrace them. But if she comes at me out of respect like that, I'm much more receptive and conciliatory. When somebody comes at me all bossy and dominant and making commands and shit like that, not so much. And of course I extend the same respect and courtesy towards her. I don't bark out commands. I don't give out orders. I ask her, hey, could you do this? Or could you whatever, you know? That'd be great. I'd appreciate that a lot. And as long as the relationship goes like that, back and forth, between her and I, we'll get along just fine. Yep. definitely compatible, you know, in most all areas, including sex. Damn, we had a good time this past weekend. Oh, snap. So, I'm happy. But Butters is out here with me right now. She's loving it, looking out the screen, trying to see the critters that are out there. Just got to make sure she doesn't claw at the screen. Like if a bug or something lands on the screen, she tries to go after it. Oh, no, no, no. I don't need her ripping holes in the screen with her claws. Yeah. What else? Can't think of anything, so we'll make it short and sweet. Sign off for the night. It's a pretty good magical Monday. And yeah, straight up loving it. I think back to the trailer. I loved sitting out on the Zen deck, remember? Had my little lit waterfall in the corner and nice ambient cozy lighting there as well, but you got hammered with mosquitoes. Had to run the tiki torches, had to run the thermocell units to keep the mosquitoes away, and even then didn't always work. I don't have any of that here. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Yahweh. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.